But let's talk about the 6.5 or 7-year contract of Liam Rosenior. Why did Chelsea sign a 7-year contract with this guy? He doesn't have a very impressive track record. His only success was at Strasbourg. Well, maybe it's good to know that firing him doesn't cost Chelsea anything. You could say Chelsea basically brought its coaches from its sister club. Of course, they haven't forgotten about their sister club either. They've also brought in a head coach for Strasbourg from the Premier League, because Chelsea has emphasized that this move in no way means harming the sister club. Although Chelsea hasn't announced the exact amount they paid Strasbourg for Rosenior's contract for the season, they haven't made it public, but they've said they paid something based on the market rate, or even more. After all, it's just moving money from one pocket to another, so they don't really lose anything. And to make sure Strasbourg doesn't get weaker, they went after Gary O'Neill, the former Wolverhampton manager. In other words, they brought in a head coach from the English Premier League for them. Even Patrick Vieira was among the options, but they said Gary O'Neill was considered more reliable. But what about Rosenior? According to a report by Sky, which is quite specialized, if Rosenior's 6.5 or 7-year tenure doesn't meet expectations, Chelsea's owners have the opportunity to make an immediate change without significant cost. Why? Because a clause included in the contract with this English coach allows them to do so. A clause called the emergency exit button allows one or both parties to unilaterally terminate the contract early before the usual end date. Outside of Stamford Bridge, some insist that Chelsea has gone crazy for signing a 6-year contract, but they don't realize that if this separation happens and they decide to fire Rosner, it actually won't put any significant financial pressure on Chelsea at all. Chelsea mutually terminated the contracts of Marius Pochettino and Andrew Marquez, while Pochettino had a short-term contract. Marius was also supposed to be Chelsea's head coach for more than 5 years. However, this Italian coach left Stamford Bridge in 2026. But Chelsea is only supposed to pay compensation for 12 months of his contract. That means they will pay him for 1 year of his contract.